Elections and applications under the UAE Corporate Tax Law. Overview of elections and applications for corporate tax treatment. Under the UAE Corporate Tax Law, taxable persons may be required to make certain elections or applications in order to access specific tax treatments or provisions. These processes ensure that taxable persons comply with the necessary requirements while giving them the flexibility to choose the most suitable tax treatment options available under the law. Making elections. Elections allow taxable persons to opt for certain tax treatments unilaterally, meaning they do not need the approval of the Federal Tax Authority, FTA, to implement the desired corporate tax treatment. For an election to become effective, the taxable person must simply notify the FTA of their decision. No further action or confirmation from the FTA is necessary. Examples of elections that taxable persons can make. 1. Small business relief. Taxable persons may choose to benefit from special relief measures if their business qualifies as a small business. 2. Exemption for foreign permanent establishment income. Taxable persons can elect to exempt income earned from a foreign permanent establishment, pay, subject to meeting certain conditions. 3. Realization basis for gains and losses. Taxable persons may opt to account for gains and losses on the realization basis, affecting the timing and recognition of taxable income. 4. Corporate tax at the general rate for qualifying free zone persons. Qualifying free zone persons can elect to be taxed at the general corporate tax rate instead of benefiting from free zone specific rates. 5. Qualifying group transfers. Taxable persons can apply the relevant relief provisions for transfers within a qualifying group. 6. Business restructuring relief. Taxable persons can elect to benefit from relief when restructuring their businesses, subject to specified conditions. 7. Transitional relief. Taxable persons may opt for transitional relief measures to facilitate the implementation of the corporate tax law. Making applications requiring FTA approval. Unlike elections, applications require the express approval of the FTA before they can take effect. This process involves submitting a formal request and providing evidence to demonstrate that the taxable person meets the necessary conditions. Until the application is approved by the FTA, the requested corporate tax treatment cannot be applied. Examples of corporate tax provisions requiring FTA approval. 1. Exemption for certain funds and juridical persons. A public pension fund, public social security fund, private pension fund, or private social security fund that meets the relevant conditions may apply for exemption from corporate tax. Qualifying investment funds and juridical persons that are wholly owned and controlled by certain types of exempt persons may also apply for exemption if they meet the relevant conditions, such as being used exclusively for holding assets or investing funds for the benefit of the exempt person. 2. Continuation of exemption. Taxable persons that temporarily fail to meet the conditions for exemption can apply to continue to be exempt from corporate tax. 3. Treatment as a single taxable person. Government entities may apply to treat their taxable businesses as a single taxable person. Unincorporated partnerships can apply to be treated as a single taxable person. Family foundations can apply to be treated as unincorporated partnerships. 4. Clarification and refund requests. Taxable persons may apply to the FTA for clarifications on specific corporate tax matters or to request a refund from the FTA. 5. Adjustments and accounting bases. Taxable persons may apply to adjust their taxable income following an adjustment made by a foreign tax authority. Taxable persons who wish to move from the cash basis of accounting to the accrual basis of accounting must apply for approval. 6. Tax group formation, changes, and deregistration. Companies that wish to form, join, or leave a tax group, replace the parent company in a tax group, or cease to be part of a tax group must apply to the FTA for approval. Taxable persons seeking to deregister from corporate tax must also submit an application. 7. Changing the tax period. Taxable persons that wish to change their tax period must submit an application to the FTA. Demonstrating compliance. For applications, the FTA may require taxable persons to provide evidence that they meet the necessary conditions, and the FTA retains the authority to request additional information if needed. Approval is granted based on the FTA's review and satisfaction with the provided documentation. For more details, contact us.